Hello, good sailors of YouTube and commanders of Azur Lane. Lucky man here. And this time I want to talk about Ironblood AA gun defenses. What defenses? The AA guns, of course. To demonstrate, to show you what are today AA guns. These are the current ones you can find in the game, research and gear lab site. Just watching all these 7 AA guns you can see, well, some of them are very familiar, but when you see the new ones, you can almost think about these might give some punch, but if you compare the Ironblood AA guns to the other faction, example Royal Navy or Sakura Empire, they have much more bigger category of AA guns than the Ironblood. Now, before I made this video, I did some research of German Navy AA gun defenses. And to showcase this, I had to go to other game to find these AA guns, and of course I did some historical research on these ships. What AA guns did they have? Some of these guns are prototypes, but some of them are used in real life. So let's start. Here is the first one. Now if I find it right here, is 20mm C38 twin mount. This automatic gun manufactured by Rheinmetall, used until the very end of World War II, was equipped in Kriegsmarine ships as often as Oerlikon machine gun on the same caliber was deployed on ships' allied powers. The base C-13 model suffered from misalignment and had a magazine of 20 shells, which was insufficient. The improved 20mm 65 C-38 gun received 60 shell magazine, which reduced reload time. And if you wonder what that is, here is the example of it. The quadruple mount. This is, if you look the Ironblood gears, you can find quadruple 20mm flak whirling there. These could be the same type, but what one really makes me wonder why there is not a purple one or something like that, but it is a later issue I want to talk about later on. The problem, or whatever it is. And next up is 37 LC 30 twin mount. This is very often used AA gun I have seen. The 37M 83 gun is a twin mount from 34, was a primary short-range AA gun of Kriegsmarine ships of all types. This is very similar type that you see in a gear lab and all those iron blood containers, AA guns. From destroyers to larger ships such as Bismarck and Graf Zeppelin, the low firing rate of the 37 semi-automatic guns with manual loading of individual cells was not enough to counter the growing capabilities of enemy aircraft. Why did I solve this? If you read that below text, it says it was decided to abandon the idea of modernizing the SKC-30 with automatic loader developed by 43. Instead, the guns were soon replaced by the new automatic flag M42 and M43 at the same caliber. I think we will perhaps go that while we talk about this stuff. Now, what is the next one? Is the prototype. Sorry, this was wrong. Here is the prototype 55 Gerat 58 AA mount. This is a prototype. This medium caliber AA gun was developed by Rheinmetall in 44 specifically for automatic gunfire control system that worked in conjunction with surveillance radar. It was connected to power drives and ensured aiming based on data provided by analog computer. The 55-77 automatic gun had a firing rate of 114 rounds per minute and was loaded with 5 round charges. It is quite a lot. It was planned to include such mounts in the AA defense systems of 9042B and C. 9045 class destroyers that were being designed at the time. 3 prototypes of Gerat 58 gun were produced. Right. If you wonder why did I wanted to show this, is because 3 prototypes. So I wonder, perhaps that could be a possibility to be added in the game. So, next up. Oh, of course, I wanted to show this twin mount version of it. I bet it could give some more impact. These photos are from World of Warships, and I am really sorry that I have to use these as demonstration to show what AA guns could fit in the game. So next up is, let me find it first, right here. 30mm flak 103 AA twin mount. There is also quadruple version of it. This 30mm machine gun 103 AA gun manufactured by Rheinmetall had arguably the most devastating firepower among similar guns that were mass produced during World War II. From 1944, the Tower AA mount was produced by Mauser. The gun was placed on a garage of 20mm flak 38 AA gun. Shark's single, twin and quadruple guns were also used on self-propelled anti-aircraft weapons to shoot down a twin-engine dive bomber or armored attack aircraft. It took 2 or 3 hits with tracer-fitted fragmentation shells or one of Flak 103 13 HE shells. Right, if I remember right, or let's check on that, on the current one, twin 37mm Flak, it could be the one we saw. It's not this or something other, somewhere like this, but it is wrong, but we'll come back later on. I don't know yet what is that twin 37 Flak. No, wait, it could be 37. Well, later on. Next stop is later on. This interesting gun, single 40mm 56 Flak AA gun. What is surprising, Kipper and Eugen had these guns on board, and what did I... It seems like I did not find any information, anything about these guns, but I bet they were short, medium range Flak. But it's very interesting when you think about it. These were used on Eugen and Hipper, but it is not in the game, which is rather interesting. And next one is 37 Flak, and this also was used on U-boats, and those submarine chaser ships, or what was that? But later on, sorry, my mistake. These were used on submarines, on Kriegsmarine, and surprisingly, these guns have 5-round clips, and they had crazy 215 rounds per minute. These were replaced by the older ones, but they were also used on, what was the U-boats now again? I don't remember right now. So why did I go this? I wanted to point out that all these AA guns that Ironblood have, and what do they not have? Right now they have 7 AA guns, and they miss quite a lot currently, which makes me a little bit wondering, are they mislocked, or is it that they cannot add or something like that, which makes me wonder why there is no such AA guns in the game. But perhaps everyone makes mistakes. I know some few games and those things, But well, leaves so many questions that do not have any answers. But these prototypes, example, Geralt, this could be, in my opinion, really good AA gun, even on twin mount. But since it might be 3 prototypes were produced, so I wonder, isn't that enough to be added in the game? If we look closely, there are some gears in the game that are prototypes or not being built at all, so why not also this one? Which is rather interesting. And this also 37 automatic loader could also be really interesting to be added. But since there is no clues yet, is there any designs from it? So it's really questionable. Is it really smart to be added if there is no design from it? Well, my afterthought is they really could use some AA guns right now, because in the current meta there are better AA guns that give some better hit rate and faster reload and some other great impacts on the battle. But compared to Ironblood, they kinda suffer on this current amount. What do they have? In short, they lag behind from others. Although in history they had more guns than you think. So, question is, will these guns ever be added in the game, or does the Ironblood gears be overlooked and mislocked same time? Because if you think about it, they are kinda left behind. Even the 115 cruiser light gun, what was it again? It could also impossibly be a golden version from it, but we will talk about it later, because we know there is no such better gun from it, unless you can give it some really good character that can give some better impact how it performs. After all, give some thoughts, leave some thoughts in comments below. Thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself, and it is all now. Take care of yourself, and it's now. See you next time.